My name is Eric Smith, and this is an excerpt from my autobiographical series, My Life in Not So Much a Nutshell, but more of a Melon Rind. And this is from the second of those four books. In the beginning of September of 2011, it started to rain. It rained for days. At work, a few days later, my best friend Robbie walked into KFC. He signaled for me, so I came to the front counter. "I need some money," he said. "I got a surprise for you after you get done." Intrigued, I handed him some cash. After work, Robbie met me and we walked to his house. We didn't stop on the second floor where he lived, though. We continued upstairs to Emily's apartment. "Hi, Emily," I greeted her as I walked into her living room. "Hi, Vanessa," I said, seeing Emily's sister. Robbie turned to me with something clutched in his hand. "Have you ever heard of bath salts?" he asked me with a grin. "The stuff you put in a bubble bath?" I asked. "No," he opened his palm. "This is a drug." He had a small container of grayish powder. "You snort it." We did. Vanessa's friend Alex showed up. Robbie offered him some of the bath salts. We each did a line. Half an hour passed. "Are you guys feeling anything?" I asked. They both shook their heads. We each did another line. After another half an hour, we finished the container. And that is when the first line kicked in. Everything felt further away. Everything felt like looking into a side view mirror on a car. The ones that say, "Objects in mirror may be closer than they appear." Soon the second line kicked in. Alex licked the windows, leading to the front porch. I was lying on the floor. A few minutes later, Robbie said that we should go downstairs as it was 5 in the morning. "Why are you shaking?" he asked me. "I'm not shaking," I said. "I'll see you later, ladies. I gotta get him to bed," Robbie said. A while later, neither of us felt like sleeping. Robbie soon realized that his mom was getting up for work soon. "We gotta get out of here before she wakes up," Robbie said. "I'm gonna call Ralph." He did and asked Ralph if he could meet us. But Ralph said that it was the first day of school, so he couldn't do it. Robbie then called Amanda. She lived a few blocks away and could walk us to Ralph. Ralph would get us to DJ's. That was the plan, at least. It all sounded very convoluted, but I was tripping and didn't care very much. Amanda said that she had some stuff to do before school, but that we could come too. So we headed out, quietly. We met up with Amanda and her best friend Tabitha Spencer down the street. Tabitha was pushing a baby carriage. She had her daughter. "Hey boys," Amanda greeted. "We gotta walk to Tabby's house to drop off the baby, and then we gotta go grab her school bag at her mom's house." "Oh boy," I said. The rain was making me cold. As we walked over the Exchange Street Bridge, we noticed a house floating down the river. "Amanda," I asked. "Yes, it's real, guys," she said of the house. "Let's just get across the bridge fast." An hour later, we had finally met up with Ralph in front of Binghamton High School. From inside the building, we heard the opening bell ring. "I gotta go, but can you guys make it to DJ's house alright?" Ralph asked. We both nodded. A block away from the school, I noticed my assistant manager from KFC walking. "You guys look like you're tripping balls," DeForest smiled. When we finally made it to DJ's apartment building, we went right to the third floor. DJ lived on the ground floor, but Robbie had had a falling out with DJ's parents and wasn't supposed to be there. He called DJ's cell phone. "Hey, come to the top of the stairs." When DJ got there, Robbie explained to him that he needed DJ to take good care of me and that he was going to go home. DJ didn't accept that. "Come with me, both of you." We walked into DJ's front door and he immediately told his parents that Robbie and I had taken in something and that we needed a safe place to ride out the effects. They accepted. After I got a shower, I laid on DJ's bed. I fell asleep almost instantly. When I woke up, DJ's mom, Tina, had made dinner, beef stroganoff. I love Tina's beef stroganoff. I also became aware of Robbie's mom sitting in the living room. "Hi, Jenny," I greeted her. "Work was canceled. We're flooded," she said. It turns out that this was the Binghamton flood of 2011, the second flood in 5 years. By the following day, the rain had stopped. The sun was shining bright, but the flood waters still had not receded. I had to go to work, though, so I left the Gunther household and set off. When I reached the East Clinton Street Bridge, I saw a camouflaged army truck parked near the bridge. There were about 20 soldiers, all carrying semi-automatic rifles. Nervous but confident, I walked toward the bridge. About 50 feet from the lineup, the soldiers raised their weapons as one and pointed them directly at me. "Go back the other way," one of the armed men shouted. "I have to go to work," I said with my hands raised into the air. "You cannot cross this bridge," he shouted. "There is no access to downtown." I turned around and walked back to DJ's, calling my manager, Tim, on the way. "I can't come to work," I told him. "The United States military pointed guns at me and told me that I wasn't allowed to cross the bridge. They were quite insistent." We argued for a minute, and I ended the call abruptly, hanging up on Tim. I swore aloud. Within an hour, Tim had called back to apologize. "A customer told me that the military is really doing what you said," he said. "I'm sorry for getting angry, and I'll see you during your next shift."